Hello, my name is Mary, and today I want to share with you a walkthrough of my final project for Flatiron School's full stack software engineering program. This is my app called Palettize. It is a single page application featuring React-Redux on the front end and a Ruby on Rails API backend. Palettize is intended to be a tool for developers to help design your apps and websites. It features a palette library and allows users to browse palettes, save palettes to their own dashboard, and create palettes both from a form and from an image. I'll show you first what the app looks like if you're not logged in or signed in. I did want to give users a chance to check it out without having to sign up, hopefully to capture their interest. So if you come to Palettize, you'll see this welcome page. You can go here to browse palettes. You'll see this has a number of palette cards here. This features React card flip. So if you click on a card, it'll flip over and you will get the hex codes here. If you like the palette, you can just copy the codes and add that to your app or website. And then, of course, there's a double click to flip it back over. That way, if you click on it to copy the codes, it doesn't just flip on you. So you can scroll through here. There's also some tag buttons here, which filters the app, filters the palettes based on these tags. So if we scroll down and click monochromatic, for example, it will show you the monochromatic palettes. You can see here that it also has a scroll to the top function, which is nice. And it just scrolls up for you. If we go back to the whole library, you also, that actually is a feature for login or sign up, which is a reminder here. So if you want to see more features, you have to log in or sign up. So let's do that. Click login. Login is one of my test users. So the app features auth, as I am showing you now. It also has some front-end validations here. I'll demonstrate if you try to sign in with the incorrect info, you'll get a little pop-up just letting you know that that was incorrect. Click OK. Let's try again. Hit submit. And there you are. You're in. So you can see here our nav bar changed a little bit. Create from image was an option for a non-logged in user, and I'll show you that shortly. You can see the palette library appears to be the same, and the filter buttons are still here. Let's check out the water ones. Oh, not so many. We could add a water palette if we wanted to, but here is where it changes. So when you flip it over, instead of just the codes, you get a more details button. Now, when I click on this, we can see that we have the ability to keep going to the next palette. And we'll see that here we have a little button that says delete from my palettes. So, and we also have clickable tag buttons that, again, we can filter from here. So if you have one in your library you like, you can go right there and filter. Let's go back to this for a moment so I can explain this further. So here, delete from my favorites. This is showing us that this is selected as one of my favorites. That means it must be in my dashboard. So let's take a look. Here we go. We see my username is here. We see, and we see the palettes that I have saved. So, like I said, when a palette is here, it says delete from my favorites. We'll come back to that in a moment, but let's look for a palette to add and see how that works. I like this one. Let's check. Is this in my favorites? It's not. So here we can see that instead of delete from my palettes, it says save this palette. You save it, get a notice it has been added to my dashboard. Okay. And bam, there it is, shows right up. Let's try that one more time. Browse the palettes. So many pretty palettes. How about, ooh, this is kind of modern and funky. Let's check it out. I don't know. Let's check. Go to the next one. Yeah, actually, I like this kind of neutral. I'm going to save it. Palette has been added. Bam, there it is. Looking back, you can say, all right, actually, you know what? I don't love this. And here we see again, the button changes to delete. Click delete. This palette has been deleted from your dashboard. Okay, there we go. It's gone. Now, when we're browsing all the palettes, we can also just go through the show page here and click next, next, next. And then we can see some conditional rendering here, a similar feature to the buttons that when we come to the end, instead of it saying go to the next palette, it knows by the length of the array that we've reached the end. And here we can go back to all the palettes. All right, what else do we need to see today? Let's look at add a palette. When we were browsing, we decided that we need some more water palettes. So, hey, let's add one now. This form features React color, actually selects color type here for the form elements. We can go here and create a watery palette. You can just click on this and the color window will appear. You can also click on this little selector and go back to where you were before and say, let's make a nice monochromatic one here by choosing each color and going a little darker. Whoop, it would help if we went to the next one. Here we go. Highlight that. I'm going to go slightly darker. And you could spend a while just creating palettes, I suppose. One more color. Let's do this one nice and dark, dark stormy water. All right, here we add, this features a nice collection select menu, drop down. We can choose our tags. Again, this is what we will filter by and what we displayed under it. Monochromatic, we decided. This is, got some nice teal in there and water, of course. We hit submit. Your palette has been added. Okay. Lets us know, but we can scroll to the end and see that. Beautiful. I love it. Then here we filter, scrolls us up to the top. We can see that that was added. All right, we have one more little feature to show. This is built with React Color Extractor. It allows you to drop in a URL and a palette is created from that. You can see here that the palette is created to match the image. So if you have an image you want to use for your website and you want to build a palette to match, you can use this tool. And I think that is about all. What a project this was. It was quite a triumph to get everything working, and I have ideas that I hope to continue working on this at some point, also to inspire me to keep coding every day. Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed my little tour.